Skin is one of the very first things we pay attention to when we look at another person. And in pursuit of the beauty of the skin, people often spend a lot of money, buy expensive creams and procedures, but experts say that the way to healthy skin is not through expensive procedures, but through what we eat, that is, through proper nutrition. A 55-year-old woman named Masako Mizutani is one of the clearest examples of how proper nutrition can positively affect our skin and even have a rejuvenating effect. In an interview, Masako Mizutani shared those products that our skin loves and thanks to which you will look much younger than your years. Therefore, watch this video to the end. It will be very interesting and useful. Friends, before we start, we recommend subscribing to our channel where you will find even more useful videos about health, youth, and longevity. And also turn on the bell so as not to miss new useful releases. So, let's go. So, the first point, these are vegetables of green and orange colors. The thing is that foods such as peppers, carrots, pumpkin, avocado, spinach, and many other leafy vegetables contain beta-carotene, which promotes cellular renewal. And also in these vegetables, there is such a strong natural antioxidant as vitamin A. This vitamin is fat-soluble. Therefore, when we consume vegetables or other sources of this vitamin, it is recommended that we also consume some amount of fat along with them. This can be, for example, vegetable oil, which we use to season the salad, or for example, nuts. The lack of beta-carotene and vitamin A in our body will provoke permanent micro-inflammations in our skin. Over time, this can cause dryness, and wounds can take a long time to heal. And also a characteristic sign of a lack of these vitamins may be cracks in the corners of the mouth. Let's move on to the next point. These are nuts. Nuts are an excellent source of vitamin E. This is another great antioxidant. Vitamin E will inhibit the aging processes of the skin, and interestingly, it is involved in the formation of a barrier against ultraviolet rays. Of course, we know that a bronze tan is nowadays such a symbol of perfect skin and perfect health, but the downside of the sun is that, in fact, in the long run, a lot of sun is harmful to the skin. One of the best sources of vitamin E among nuts is hazelnuts. If we take, for example, a walnut, then it is also an excellent source of omega-3, which is also very useful for our skin. Let's move on to the next item. This is fish and seafood. It is better to give preference to sea fatty fish rich in omega-3. Seafood is also a very good source of such a substance as zinc. Together, zinc and omega-3 are essential for the regeneration of our skin and the restoration of collagen fibers. Also, fish and seafood will be an excellent preventive measure against atherosclerosis. It has long been noted that adherents of the Mediterranean diet are less likely to suffer from atherosclerosis, precisely because of the fact that their diet includes leafy vegetables, walnuts, fish, and seafood. Prevention of atherosclerosis will have a very good effect on the health of our skin because it will be better moisturized and nourished so that metabolic processes through the smallest capillaries will be better. It is also worth noting that zinc is an excellent anti-inflammatory agent, which will help us from acne and pimples. Friends, before we continue, we ask you to click on the like button and write any comment under the video. This will help promote this video and benefit even more people. Thank you for your support. The next item is foods rich in vitamin C, and this is another very important vitamin for our skin. We all know perfectly well that vitamin C is involved in the formation of our immunity. It is also a prevention of atherosclerosis. These are all very important functions, of course, but this vitamin is also very important for the skin. Therefore, it is necessary to consume those products in which it is contained. These are, of course, citrus fruits, tangerines, oranges, grapefruits, and pomelo. Of course, you don't need to overeat citrus fruits, because we all know that if we overeat oranges, then very soon our skin may become covered with a rash. Vegetables rich in vitamin C are, of course, bell peppers and tomatoes. These are the champions in vitamin C content among vegetables. There is also a lot of vitamin C in kiwi, and there is also a lot of it in sauerkraut. By the way, sauerkraut is one of the most useful products because it will perfectly heal not only your skin, but also your intestines too. The bifidobacteria it contains are also unique, which have a good effect on our intestinal microflora. So the next mandatory item is this water. Perhaps this is even the most important point for our skin. Our body consists of 75% water. It is moisturized skin that looks healthy and dry skin that looks sick. It is sufficient hydration that gives it that elasticity and firmness. It is recommended to drink from 1 to 2 liters of water during the day. It's definitely not worth drinking more. If we drink 3 or 4 liters of water, in fact, all that it will give is a frequent trip to the toilet. But 1 or 2 liters of water for an adult between meals will be very healthy to contribute to our rejuvenation, well-being, and overall health. It is worth noting that we are talking about clean water. Juice, tea, or other beverages do not count. By the way, friends, on our channel there is a full video on how to drink water correctly, what benefits it brings, and what mistakes we make when drinking water. You can find this video by clicking on the hint that appears in the upper right corner or by clicking on the link in the description below this video. We recommend that you definitely watch this issue later, as it turned out to be very interesting and useful. So let's move on. So the next item is beef liver. The fact is that this product is very rich in such a substance as niacin. This substance takes a very active part in cellular metabolism. And those people who lack niacin may have some dystrophic phenomena on the skin. The skin may peel off, be dry, and even sometimes become inflamed. There are also other sources of niacin. These are sunflower seeds, buckwheat, beans, almonds, pistachios, peanuts, carrots, and an apple. Friends, write in the comments which of these products do you consume on a regular basis. If this video was useful to you, then click on the like button and share the link with your friends. We also recommend that you watch these 2 previous videos that appeared on your screen.